Hi, what is blockchain? On today's video, we'll cover that subject, so stick around, consider subscribe, hit that bell to get the latest from our channel, follow us on Twitter, Instagram. My name is Gil and you're watching Crypto Time channel. Hi everyone, I hope you're very well today. The idea is to bring more concepts, and on today's video will be about blockchain technology. So with no further ado, let's share the screen. So here we have it. So that's a quote or definition from Investopedia. So a blockchain is a distributed database or ledger that's shared among the nodes of a computer network. So we'll cover that in a minute. But before that, is important to bring the difference between Bitcoin and blockchain. So Bitcoin is an application of a blockchain. Okay, so blockchain is a technology. All right. So it's important to understand that. So again, Bitcoin is one of the applications of the blockchain technology. All right. So talking about applications of a blockchain, so we could have the Bitcoin, right here you can see, and then real estate, voting, payments, healthcare, IDs, online music, banking, and so on. So there are many applications for blockchain. Okay, and then we're gonna see how that works and everything. So moving on, here we have different types of blockchains. Okay, so we have the public blockchain, which has no central authority. So that's basically Bitcoin was the first one, the first one application which brought this technology of blockchain, and is a public blockchain, so no central authority, so nobody controls Bitcoin. Okay, so on the other hand, we have a hybrid, or maybe we have the private first. Is the name tells it all, so controlled by one authority, so it's private blockchain. And then we have a hybrid one, which shares some of the nodes, some of the parts you can have access, some of the parts of that blockchain you cannot have access. So it's a hybrid type of blockchain. And then we have a consortium, which basically is private blockchain, however is controlled by a group instead of one private authority. It's controlled by a group. Okay, so those are the types of blockchain. And here's another picture to show that. Again, the public blockchain, everyone has access to the blockchain. And then we have the semi-private or the hybrid blockchain, where you could have access to certain parts of that blockchain, and the private blockchain, where everything is blocked, has a private access. And then consortium blockchain, then we have different corporations or companies or whoever might be, whatever might be, having access to certain parts of to that blockchain. Okay, so more than one private organization. Okay, so let's move on. So those are the type of blockchains. And here we have an example of decentralized ledger or a decentralized blockchain, where a person, here in this case Alice, will make a transaction to Bob, and that transaction will go through the whole blockchain. Now here we have how actually the network, how the blockchain works. So if someone requests transaction, so in our example, Alice is requesting a transaction to Bob, then all the computers part of that network known as nodes, they will have to, they will have to validate that. So that request will be broadcast to all those computers, and those computers will have to validate that transaction. And that verified transaction could be cryptocurrency, contracts, records, or other information. And once that request is verified, okay, so that transaction is combined with other transactions to create a new block of data for the ledger. So again, we are requesting something, a transaction, then that request is broadcast to all computers part of that network, so they will work to validate that. Once they verify and they validate that, then they add to other validated requests, and then we have now another block of data, and that new block of data now is part and is added to existing blockchain. So that's why it has this name, so the blockchain. So it's a new block of data added to the existing blocks, okay, and it's permanent and will be there forever, okay. And the transaction then is completed. So in that case, Bob now receives Alice, let's say Bitcoin, for instance. Okay, so if we move on, then we have here a picture showing how that works. So we have the block 1, so let's call this our starting point, and then of our blockchain, and then we have this hash. We don't need to worry about this as a beginner, or only actually if you want to go deep on the technical part of the blockchain. If you are into the technical part, you can look further and Google what actually hash is. So but for this video, for this purpose, hash will be an ID of that block, okay, will be a fingerprint or an ID of that block. And once a new block is added, so this new block will contain the previous block data, so the previous ID plus its own, okay. So the block 2 now has the previous hash here and has now its own ID, its own hash. So now we have a new block, the block 3, and again, the block 3 will have the previous hash, the previous data of the previous block, plus its own data, its own hash, and so on and so forth. Okay, so that's the idea. So we are building this blockchain, adding blocks and blocks and blocks. Okay, so let's move on. And here once again, it's another way to see, the transaction is requested, and then a block representing the transaction is created, and that block is sent to every single node or participant in that network, and the nodes or the participants validate the transaction, and again they will have the proof of work. In this case, we have a video about Bitcoin, so we talk more about the proof of work, and then that new block is added to the blockchain, and the blockchain is updated, and the transaction is completed. Okay, so that's a very simple way to explain how the transaction gets into the blockchain. So here we have the advantages of blockchain. So transparency, especially on a blockchain and a public blockchain such as Bitcoin. So, and then reduced transaction. The fees charged are inexpensive. So you can send money to another person on another side of the globe, and then you're gonna have to pay, just few dollars, and that's it. Faster transaction, so you don't need to wait a couple of days, a couple of working days to send money to another person, another country, for instance. And again, it's decentralized. So, in the case of a public blockchain, okay, so we can see all the transactions. It's public, so it's good to be that way. So nobody controls. So another advantage is we cut the middleman. So I want to send money to another person in another country, so I don't need a bank to do that. So I can send that to another person using the blockchain. In this example, is using the Bitcoin, but there are more cryptocurrencies that use the same idea or try to use the same idea. Okay, so but Bitcoin here is used as an example, so it's fine. So we cut the middleman. Not the benefits. So immutable data. So we cannot change data. Because if someone tries to change data on a particular block, so that data again has to be validated by all the participants, so somebody will know that block is not the original block, so it's corrupted. So and then that change won't get through. All right. So again, security, because of the public blockchains, again, is distributed across hundreds of thousands of computers, and is it would be impossible to attack every single computer simultaneously. Okay, and again, lower transaction fees, no more a middleman there. Digital freedom, so blockchains are decentralized, not all of them, as we saw, but we have decentralized ones, and there is no organized company controlling the information there. So in case of decentralized ones, okay. Of course, we have some challenge when it comes to blockchain technology, and some of them are here on this next slide. So security and privacy, blockchain size, because again, some blockchains we keep adding blocks, so the blockchain size is a challenge, because sometime the blockchain will be huge. Another thing is computing power limitations. So again, the technology is quite complicated, so the blockchain size and all that stuff requires a lot of power, a lot of computing power. So that's one challenge as well. So storage, again, requirements for to have the blockchain installed into your computer, scalability, energy consumption, money laundering, and personal responsibility. Are some of the challenges that we face when it comes to blockchain technology. Okay, and finally, the future of this next technology for every industry. So fintech, healthcare, telecom, blockchain itself, cryptocurrency, shipping, governance, manufacturing, and tech. So leave in the comments below if you think that technology will be, for every industry, will be the future for those industries. The fact is in a very early stage. Some people compare that to the internet back in 97, 98. So leave in the comments below what your thoughts are. I think I want to to share a bit more here. So bear with me. Let's share what actually here. So this. So here, for instance, if you go and you click on if you Google Bitcoin blockchain, if you click on Bitcoin blockchain, not the Explorer but the blockchain, so bitcoin.org, and then you're gonna land on this page. And what I'm showing you here, guys, is if you want to be part of the Bitcoin blockchain, again, is a public blockchain, and you can actually, help to validate the transactions and be part of the network. So the only thing you have to do is to go here, so you can see the download page, the version of the blockchain right now is 22.0, and then we have the size here, the port. So the only thing you have to do is to download the blockchain into your computer. Okay, so you can download for to Windows, Linux, Mac, so on. Okay, so just if you are interested in the Bitcoin blockchain as a public blockchain, you can go there and download the blockchain and be part of the Bitcoin blockchain if you want to do so. Okay, so that's just for curiosity, and I think I tried at least to cover in a very simple way what is what the blockchain is. So again, consider subscribe and hit that bell so you can get the latest videos from our channel. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram. We've been posting there daily analysis of the market, technical analysis, price action, all that good stuff. And leave in the comments down below your thoughts, what you think about this technology. Okay, so see you on the next video.